Welcome to the Thinking Green News Moment. I'm Chris Schneider, and today my guest is Kelvin Rudolfo. He is a professor emeritus in the Department of Earth and Environmental Sciences at the University of Illinois at Chicago. Welcome.
Nice to be here.
Today we're going to talk a little bit about net metering. Tell me, Professor, how was it that you became involved in net metering?
Well, for the last several years I've been teaching courses on energy, focusing specifically on peak oil, the fact that we've used up half of the world's oil and that the last half is becoming more and more expensive, more and more difficult to extract. And so it became sort of important to try and see how we live the rest of our lives, because it's very clear that we're in a large and growing energy crisis. And after 2 years of teaching this course, my wife said, "Well, what are we going to do about it?" And that set off our planning. Net metering became one of our key criteria for selecting the place where we live.
You've recently moved to rural Viroqua.
Yes.
Welcome to the Fox viewing area.
It's very nice to be here.
Good. And so you've chosen to do some things at your home to fit into what you've been teaching.
Yes.
So tell us what you're doing at your home.
Well, several things. We designed our own house as an earth-sheltered house because it's easier to keep warm in the winter and easier to keep cool in the summer. It's built into a slope, a south-facing slope, and so we have large windows, so we get a lot of passive solar heating in the winter. In addition to which, we have solar thermal. We have heat collectors, solar heat collectors behind the house, which heat up fluids, glycol in particular, which comes into the house and not only heats up the domestic hot water, but also heats up the subfloor of the house. We were away for 2 months this year in the tropics, and when we came back it was -10 outside, and the house was 65 inside without our doing a thing. In addition, we wanted to have develop our own energy, and so we put in 1.5 kilowatts of photovoltaic, and we're still waiting on 2 kilowatts of wind. Our generator, we've had a few problems setting up, but we should get it up by this month, sometime this month.
And so you started off wanting to have this energy into your home, and now you're actually able to sell energy to the electric grid through net metering.
Yes.
And how did that happen? Who was your contact?
Well, we early on got in touch with Focus on Energy, which is a really excellent organization promoting alternatives here in Wisconsin. One of the reasons why we went to Viroqua is we wanted to be sure that we could net meter. We would not have come here if we could not have. Net metering is important in that you don't need to buy a lot of expensive batteries. It's really better not to get off the grid if you have a reliable utility company. And so we didn't spend any money on batteries, and we're putting the electricity into the grid directly.
And which system are you putting your energy into? Who do you work with as far as a power company there in Viroqua area?
It's Xcel.
Xcel Energy.
Yes, Xcel was net metering a year ago when Vernon Electric was not. Now, of course, Vernon Electric does net meter, but we had no idea that would happen. So it was really important that we find out that Xcel was here and as a publicly traded company has to net meter.
And in warmer months, not hot months, but in more neutral months, are you able to be net positive?
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
At this point, our photovoltaic contributes half of our electricity, so we're not really. In net metering, the word net means the difference between what you use and what you produce. If you produce more, then you use, then the net is what the company pays you for.
Well,
right
thank
now,
you.
we're net on the other side. We use more than we produce, and so we pay the company the net.
Thank you, Professor. This is Chris Schneider with the Thinking Green News Moment.